God Tender Loving Care. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining me for an awesome workout. That's like my sixth, seventh workout of the day. I just wanted to get a good sweat in. So, everyone, it is time. It is time to cover God TLC events and news. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Subscribing is completely free. I want to thank you all, the subscribers that have subscribed from day one, and our most recent subscribers. You have all been put into the drawing, the random drawing at 1,000 subscribers. That party that I've been talking about in the previous streams, that. That was a good workout, everyone. Thank you. Oh, wow. I got to tell you all about this. Are you ready? Brace yourselves, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Tender Love and even there confirmed make sure to subscribe in 2025. First, it was touching down. Working around the clock and curfews have been set to help with recovery efforts. Meanwhile, in international news, Russia and Ukraine just held the first direct peace talks in over 2 years. The talks happened in Istanbul and led to a major prisoner swap. 1,000 soldiers from each side will be returned. However, a proposed ceasefire was rejected by Russia. So while it's a small step forward, a full peace agreement still seems far off. What do you all think about that? What's happening around the world, right? There's so much stuff going on around the world. God Tender Loving Care, welcome everyone. I bring you more news. On May 16, 2025, the U.S. Supreme Court heard arguments in a major case involving former President Donald Trump's executive order that aims to end birthright citizenship for children born in the U.S. to undocumented immigrants. The key issue is the interpretation of the 14th Amendment, which currently guarantees citizenship to anyone born on U.S. soil. The Trump administration argues that this should not apply to children of undocumented immigrants. Opponents argued that the Constitution clearly supports automatic citizenship regardless of a person's status. A decision is expected later this year, and it could have significant implications for immigration law and how citizenship is defined in the United States. Let me know what your opinion is on that, everyone. Make sure to subscribe. Remember, subscriptions are free. God Tender Love and Care, welcome everyone. Make sure to subscribe. Remember, subscriptions are completely free. Subscriptions are completely free. Remember what I mentioned earlier, Russia and Ukraine just Istanbul and led to a major was rejected by Russia. So while it was rejected by Russia, so while it's a small step forward, a full peace agreement still seems really, really far away. Let me know your opinions on that, everyone. What do you think about the status of what's happening there in Russia and Ukraine? Hey, what's up, Tim Wilcox? You know, yeah, there was a major tornado How was the tornado over by you? Were you all affected directly? I know that the internet completely went. Um, but like bordering Ohio, that one was very, very severe. I know that in St. Louis, Missouri, there were many, many casualties. Over 5,000 buildings were damaged. And then also Virginia. So the state of Virginia also reported deaths because of trees falling. It's good to know that you're all doing good, all doing safe. Those tornadoes are something else. You know, they've actually started to build houses in ground, for a long time now. But that's something we're thinking about, right? A house underground, especially in those tornado belt zones. Oh, a rope tornado? Can you tell me more about that? What is a rope tornado? All right. I'm just going to change the image here. We're just covering everything that's going on right now in the world of news. And we have different segments, shorts, different streams. So let's change it to something more. There we go. That was a good one. So if you haven't checked out one of our most recent streams, I think that's the parrot, right? So parrots have been taught by scientists to make FaceTime calls to each other. That was on the news earlier today. We covered that. Check it out if you're interested. Yeah, we had one right down our road. It's like a very skinny tornado, but it can still suck you in a wow. Whew. A rope tornado. Well, thank you for informing me on that one. Haven't heard that one. I've been checking out what's been going on, and thank you for sharing your opinion here. So we had some news like that we covered earlier. We also had some positive news. It's a parrot. Yep. So the parrot there is it's one of the parrots that they taught how to make a phone call, and in the contact list of the parrots, the scientists over at the university, MIT, I believe, was involved. They taught parrots how to make phone calls to each other, so a parrot could call a parrot, and they started to notice that parrots were calling parrots that they got along with. Um, so in the Florida area, Florida's always bombarded with tornadoes. Florida's always hit with different types of like just natural occurrences. It's kind of a norm though. If you live inward of Florida, you might not be affected, but if you live toward the ocean, that's when you'll probably get affected. It's very bad. You have to bunker down. And I mean, it's just norm. It's just a norm now here in Florida. So I'm reading something on the news that I'm going to cover right here. I didn't know much about it. And that's very interesting. Under Love and Care, welcome everyone. Make sure to subscribe. Under Love and Care, welcome everyone. Make sure to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, subscribing is completely free. So today we're going to cover here on Got TLC News Edition Miss World 2025 Sports Challenge, Boli Stadium in Hyderabad, India. This Miss World 2026 exciting event brings in a variety of athletic challenges. Their goal, earn a coveted spot in the quarterfinals and secure a place in the top 10 for their continental region. The sports challenge alongside upcoming talent and top model challenge fast track these events highlight more than just beauty. Such good news, everyone. See, the news doesn't have to be dreary. From Tim Wilcox, yeah, if you live very close to the ocean, you might have a tsunami. Wow. Yeah, you know, it's interesting. When I first started to learn about that word tsunami, it was, I had an idea of what it was, and it wasn't until we moved somewhere with a bunch of water and stuff that I started to dig deeper into that term. But it was actually a restaurant that I went to go visit. And inside the restaurant, outside of it too, they had murals about tsunami and boats and water. And I always thought, hey, that's an interesting name, tsunami. Where does that come from? And it's interesting because tsunami is like tsunami in various different languages. So thank you for sharing that today. You're exactly right. Tornado, inland, tsunami if you are near any type of water source. So, welcome everyone to God Tender Love and Care. Make sure to subscribe. Remember, subscribing is completely free. We're gonna keep covering the news, everyone. I'm having so much fun. I mean, it's really a balance. You see the news, and I have to report to you anything that I see, all the news that's worthy. So I balance it out with, if news is negative, then I am going to challenge myself to seek out more positive news, and that's very very challenging to do. But there's so much going on every single second of the day, every single minute. It's like, right, your phone or tablet or laptop. You all know we did the challenge, the question, the poll, this past month about which one you prefer. If you can only live with one, the phone or the laptop computer. And we did that poll. And you can still vote. The poll's still out there. So it's all a matter of opinion. It's all a matter of what works best for you. Um, and that's the challenge, is that everyone has different opinions. So when I'm checking out the news and seeing what's happening minute to minute, it's like having a bunch of updates. Imagine having an update on your phone every minute, every second. That's what the news is. It's constant updates everywhere, all around the world. And for this next one, this next piece of news that I'm going to share with you all, it's very interesting because I had not known about what about to cover. So make sure you text your buddies, text your friends. Hey, go to YouTube, go to God Tender Loving Care. We're part of the news. We're covering the news together. All right, have a good one. Got me. News edition. Earth experienced its most powerful. This X-class flared free. Airlines reported brief navigation issues and some satellite services dependent, emphasizing the need for improved space weather forecasting. You hear that, everyone? If you want to get into weather and space, now is the time to do it. Let me know your opinions on that. Were you at all affected? Massive solar flare disrupting all forms of technology here on planet Earth? Or were you fortunate, right? Woke up and everything's fine, normal. In your community, in your country that you would like me to cover? Is there anything that you would want to bring more on? Is there a piece of awareness to what happening on your town? Here in God Tender, constant, constant news going on everywhere, all around the world. And I mentioned before, it's kind of like your phone or tablet, computer, always undergoing updates. Oh, update ready, update ready. That is what the news is. There's always something going on everywhere around the world. Like, I could share news that's from yesterday and all of a sudden it's outdated. That's how news works, everyone. And I'm doing my best, everyone, to cover news that's from all around the world. But remember, your opinions count. So keeping live on the radar here, just verifying what's going on. And some of you have already mentioned how you've been impacted. Please share your stories. welcome everyone to God TLC News Edition. God Tender Loving Care, and make sure to subscribe. Subscribing is completely 140 million in the Midwest and Ohio Valley. As of May 17, 2025, today, storms and weather threatens a significant severe weather system is impacting the Midwest and Ohio Valley regions. Following a series of devastating tornadoes earlier this week, experiencing severe weather conditions, including damaging wind, 100 tornadoes, local and the potential updates and emergency that can be planted norms, and that is right now the most. If you are in that Ohio Valley area, we feel for you to share your story, give us quick updates so that we can share with the God Tender Loving Care Network. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notifications. Subscribing is completely free. We are a channel by the people for the people. Awesome stories of thriving and success. So that's the challenge, is balancing out the positive news and then make it polar, or not to make it the reality of things. Certain stories purport positivity and inspiration, and we want to do that. But certain stories in the news also purport, not so good feelings, and you may be affected right in the emotional quadrant. And, we want to make sure to cover everything that's going on. And if you have a tip, best to cover the news that is going on in your community, in your neighborhood, or if you know of anything going on around the world, maybe because family notified you or friends, please share that with us here at God Tender Loving Care. We would love to cover the news reflective of your community, your culture, your language, your neighborhood, your country, etc. So everyone, we've covered a lot today. If you want more content, right, if for some reason or another our channel is not live at the moment, all of our videos are saved, right? We have things from workouts. Recently we've had a lot of workout streams, and which reminds me, I'm gonna go get hydrated. We have content for animal lovers. We have content for families. We have content for people who love comedy. We have documentaries, music. We have everything for everyone. Make sure to subscribe. Subscribing is completely free. And at 1,000 subscribers, we are going to have a big party. I'm going to pull a random name, and you're going to be the winner. But you have to subscribe first, because that's where I'm pulling the names from. Let me know what part of the world you are all joining from. Some of you have already shared that you're affected by some of the content that I shared based on the news. You've been affected by the most recent tornadoes. Maybe you're affected by the treaty going on with Russia and Ukraine, or maybe another event. Right now, the Midwest, Ohio Valley is undergoing severe weather. So let me know, everyone. How are you doing? We really care here, and if any of you would ever love to go on our show or collaborate in some sort of way or another, subscribe, send me a message, or leave a comment, and it all starts with your subscription. So feel free to reach out, everyone. I will see you all on the next God Tender Loving Care.